As we continue our study through the book of Isaiah, we jump forward just a couple of chapters this week. Last week, we looked at chapter 40, and this week we're going to be looking at chapter 42, where we see just a more clear depiction of what the Lord's chosen servant will look like when he comes. And it's this individual that we've heard described throughout the book of Isaiah, whether that's chapter 7, chapter 9, chapter 11, all the way through. We see just what the character of this individual will look like and how they will act. And it gives hope for the people of Israel and hope for us today. Have you ever had a task or a project set before you? Maybe it's something that you struggled to start, or maybe you started, but you just couldn't complete it. You knew what was expected, you knew the objectives that you needed to hit in order to complete it, but you just couldn't do it. Whether it was because you lost focus, started focusing on something else, or just lost interest. For us, my wife Laura and I have a couple of young children, and we've got certain things that are scheduled throughout the week, and one of the things that we like to accomplish towards the end of the week is trying to clean up our house. And we always ask for the assistance of our kids. Whether that's cleaning up their room, which is just a complete disaster, or helping us to tidy up our common areas by picking up some of their things or putting stuff away like dishes. We give them very clear objectives, clear tasks. We set the expectations, and many times pretty low, but often they fail to meet the expectations, and it ends up they get frustrated, we get frustrated, they lose track or focus on what they were supposed to be doing and start focusing on something that is maybe more interesting to them in the moment, and then just struggle to complete. So we either have to redirect or come alongside them, or in many cases just do the job ourselves. In many ways, this kind of describes the relationship of God and the Israelite people in the Old Testament. They've got very clear expectations. They understand what is expected of them from the law, and based on the covenant that they've entered into with God. But they, in many cases, fail to uphold their end of the covenant. And as we'll see in chapter 42, God sends this individual to be a new covenant. And chapter 42 opens with, "Behold my servant, whom I uphold, my chosen, in whom my soul delights. I have put my spirit upon him. He will bring forth justice to the nations." And if we skip down just a couple verses to verse 4, "He will not grow faint or be discouraged, till he has established justice in the earth, and the coastlands wait for his law." So throughout the Bible and throughout Isaiah, God never loses hope and provides the Israelite people in Judah with the hope for their future, and for us, our hope in this individual, which we now know is Jesus Christ. So these are just a couple of things to start the conversation, and a couple of concepts that you'll be describing or going over today. And with that, I will hand it over to your life group leader. I hope you enjoy today's lesson.